Alright, haven't made a video for YouTube in a minute, and since I made a video on tearing down this engine, I wanted to do a PSA on a difference on this engine, because when I tore it down, I was like, man, it's a KTM engine. It is a direct copy of a KTM engine, and that's not the case. So, I found this out because, and I got my clutch open on my spare engine here, because it's the exact same as the clutch in my other working bike. I found a Rekluse, the EXP3.0, which is the base older system. They're on the 4.0 now. Found it cheap, so I was like, oh, cool, I'll play with that. I want to try it, see how it feels on this bike. So I bought a little EXP 3.0 kit, nice and simple. I still got the slave cylinder from Rekluse on the bike because I didn't want to take it back off. So anyway, I started installing this. First up that I found was weird is this is an OEM Rekluse plate, and it will not go over the dowel pins. So when I started out, I was like, oh, that's weird. And I just kind of filed down some of the dowel pin areas on the other plates, made it work to get my clutch stack height right per Rekluse. So I fixed that part by just filing the plates down, but it was weird that the plates didn't really fit. They're really close. Like, it can almost fit, but they start to become so tight on those dowel pins that it's just like, ugh. They're very tight, like you're jamming it in there. So that was problem number one, but I fixed that problem. That's not too bad. A file can fix that. Problem number two is much more difficult though. So problem number two is this Rekluse pressure plate. So I wasn't figuring this out at first, but then when you put this plate on, that notch right there should slide into that. It does not. So that notch is bigger than OEM GPX. So right here, I have the OEM GPX one. If we place those side by side, you can see the difference in the width between those. It's just about a millimeter, maybe 1.5 millimeters. So the only way I can actually use this is to shave these down right there. And I have actually confirmed with Rekluse that this pressure plate, part number 113023B, is the pressure plate they include with their TSE300 kits. So I would very much not recommend any Radius X kit for the TSE300. That is a huge waste of money, because you're going to buy that kit and realize your inner clutch hub doesn't work with that kit. So the people that have Rekluses that are working bought the full CX kit, which is going to change out that clutch hub. So as far as I can tell, the only way to get a Rekluse working is to buy their Rekluse clutch hub as well, which I did not know. So that's why this PSA video is here, is to be like, hey, don't do that. Don't do what I did. Learn from my mistakes. And you know what? Since I have this kit and it's technically the right kit, I'm probably going to take a grinder this winter and just start trimming that back, trimming it down, and see what I can figure out here. And, try to be as careful as possible. Like, I'm sure some of those are raised up to make like oil flow and things like that. But yeah, anyway, clutch, very close. Just to add to that, if anyone's keeping it stock, I am very close to certain that the stock plates are good. Like, these are going to be same as a KTM plate, no problem there. I don't know though, if you get KTM steels, they might have the same problem that the Rekluse steels have. So this is the OEM steel. Yeah. It's because I'm doing it one-handed. One-handed, just drops out. And like I said, the Rekluse will not do that. Rekluse. unless it's one of the ones I've modified. If it's one of the ones I've modified, they all work just fine. There we go. So I can get it around the dowels like that, but you see how tight that is? Like it's scraping down the whole way. So it's like close. It's very close to working. So anyway, be careful if you're buying different stuff for these. It's very, very, very close to a KTM engine, but there are minor differences between this and a KTM engine. So be aware.